Hello, it's Martin here with another property clinic. Yes, remember the general gist. You ask me your questions on Ask Martin Monday, and you follow me on Twitter at TV Martin Roberts. So that's where you put your questions when we ask you nicely on a Monday morning. Do you have any questions? Yes, I do. Works very well. Anyway, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and tell me if you like this stuff. Don't tell me if you don't. Yes. No, seriously, it's good to have feedback. I'm a delicate little flower. I like that sort of stuff. How's your week been? Yep, all fun and games, eh? Anyway, Lala. So let's get on with this, see if we can brighten your day. Take you away from it all. Yes, no C word. Got lost in gloom for a moment there. Anyway, look, right, Natalie. Hello, Natalie. How are you? Good afternoon, Martin. Hello, Natalie. She wasn't exactly on the ball there. Good afternoon. We let you know first thing in the morning. It was afternoon before you asked this question, which isn't a good start given what she's about to ask. Hi, Martin. Good afternoon. I greatly enjoy watching Homes and Hammer. That's good. I'm interested in working in auction houses, particularly property auctions. Any tips or advice? Well, enthusiasm will get you a long way in most things, okay? I remember when I started my career, the man who was looking after the radio station, what was it? York, that was it. And we went to visit, and I was like, oh, I'll never get to work in the media. They're full of amazing people. And I was like, wow, media. It's like, wow. And he had a group of, I was at the university, and it was like a university media club, and we went in to see him. And he just sat us down and he said, and we were all going, well, how do you get into the media? And he's going, there is always space for people who are good. And I found that very reassuring. So Natalie, if you're any good, then there will be space for you. The main thing is you've got to get in contact. So just Google auction houses, find one that's near to you and ring them up. As simple as that. And then if they give you a chance, go and see them and then just impress the heck out of them. And then if you're given an opportunity, just work hard and be nice to people. It's amazing how many people completely mess it up and forget the basics. So actually it's very easy to stand out just by being nice. Obviously good at what you do. And yeah, good luck with it. Great, good fun. And it's sort of a bit of a variety from being an estate agent, so it's got a nice bit of variety there, and I don't think that'd be great fun. Karen Morgan, hello Karen. Where are the lovely gardens you do the links from? Now Karen means the links as in the bits in between the bits of Homes and Hammer where we go to the properties. There's usually me, Dion and Martel, or previously me and Lucy, doing links. They're called links. They're called links because they link the bits together, I suppose. And I don't know how it started back in the hist of time. Back in history, whatever, I know what I mean, that we would, for some reason, go to a posh hotel, and that's what we do. So we're really like country house hotel, and we film there, and we film about 20 shows worth of linking 20 shows worth together at the same time, just because it's really hard to get the three of us together simultaneously, so we need to be effective use of timey, and great sentence construction there. Yeah, so that's it. But if you want to know where the place is, I think at the end of the end credits, there is a thing which says with thanks to, and that says where we actually did it, I think. So it says with thanks to Barton Hall or, Wigglesmaid Manor or whatever it is. But normally very nice hotels. It's the sublime compared to the rest of the filming, which is possibly ridiculous, but whatever. Jay Garrett, interesting question. Given that many people have joined the working from home way of life, do you expect exoduses of city centres to suburbs or countryside and house prices ride there and fast broadband high on buyers lists? Well, yes to all the above. Definitely there has been a huge increase in interest for houses with space, or in the countryside, houses with extra rooms, houses, in nice places to live. And yes, if you can combine that with fast broadband, then you have got, potential for working from home, which I think a lot of people have now discovered is possible. But I think the biggest switch, as far as I can see, is that it's now accepted that you're working to be working from home. So you're not seen to be some slacker who just can't be bothered going to work. Everyone goes, yeah, okay, we can be productive working from home, and so it's a pretty good thing. So exodus from city centres, yes. However, to counteract that, they are looking at, aren't they, releasing the rules and regulations on planning to allow for shops and offices, obviously offices is already there, but to be converted into flats. So hopefully that will bring people back to the city centre, because I'd hate to think of all the city centres just being just completely deserted. I mean, that's a bit, tumbleweedy, isn't it? And a nice vibrant city centre is a lovely place to live. So but I think definitely COVID has definitely made people realise and want certainly different things. Only the brave. Hello, Martin. We're still hoping for Achieve 2021. Well, if you didn't know about it, I did this amazing event a few years ago. In fact, we did it twice, called Achieve, and it was all about achieving whatever you want to achieve, your ambitions, your goals, your dreams, better health, better wealth, better whatever. And I was very, very proud of it. It was really great. It was just an unbelievable amount of work to put on an exhibition. Holy mackerel. And very, very expensive as well. And I would love to do it again. And so let's hope that that's the case. Doug Stringer. Do you like snooker? Along with a great picture there. You know what? I used to watch, when I was growing up, Pot Black with my mum. We used to absolutely love that. And in its day, it was huge. I think it was on BBC Two. And it had like 9, 10, 12, I don't know, millions and millions of people watching. And the people who were stars of it, they became absolute household names. Hurricane Higgins, do you remember him at all? He's like a super fast snooker player. Just run around the ball. He was just amazing to watch. And is it John Thorne and Dennis, I was going to say Dennis Norden. It's not Dennis Norden. It's not Dennis Hopper. He had the glasses that were square and like upside down glasses or something, so that he could see Dennis. Ray Reardon as well. Ray Reardon. Are you shouting at the screen right now? It's Dennis something. Dennis. Oh, put it on the screen, Charlie. Yeah, that's him. Oh, yeah, right, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I used to love it. I played a little bit, but you know what? I wasn't very good, so it didn't go anywhere. But I still love, I don't watch it very often, but I do still love it. Okay, wow. How do I pronounce this? Kiri Fighter. That'll do. Kiri Fighter. Hello, Kiri. Hi, Martin. Wave. Hello. Why is there? Aren't emojis great? I mean, whoever invented emojis. I mean, just there's a little wavy hand thing. It's like sums it up, doesn't it? Hi. Hi, Martin. Why is there such a price difference in renovation costs between the USA and us? They seem to spend tens of thousands, whereas people on your show could do it for 1,000. Well, you're assuming the people on the show tell the truth, which of course they do most of the time, but maybe not all the time. The reality is you could spend tens of thousands doing a renovation, but if you do it yourself, and if you buy wisely, if you buy the products that you need off the internet and stuff like that, then you can probably do renovations really quite cheaply. I think in America, perhaps less people do it themselves, so they get people in. Although I do think that the price of the bits in America is less. Sort of like your building materials. I've got an impression, might be wrong, that the price of materials in America is cheaper. But anyway, that could be something to do with it. Okay, this is Just Little Moi. Hello, Just Little Moi. Good morning, Martin. Hi there. Do you think house prices will come down due to the situation we're in with the pandemic, either sooner in the next 18 months? Well, there's a $64 million question, right? So we're currently sitting in quite a nice place, I suppose. I mean, no, not generally in the world, but in terms of house prices, that it didn't plummet off a cliff, as I predicted it wouldn't, I have to say. And there is, a bit of a surging demand at the moment, especially going back to an earlier question for properties, with countryside or with a bit of space or slightly larger. Of course, what we don't know, do we, is what's going to happen when the furloughs end. We don't know what's going to happen about the second wave of coronavirus. Oh darn it, I mentioned the C word. We don't know about how many poor people are going to be left without a job. We don't know about the world economy. So all those things make the world of property prediction slightly tricky, and there is the possibility that all those things combined could result in house price falls in the short term. I think certainly the buoyancy created by the change of the stamp duty will keep things bubbling along at least till that ends. and after that, I think it'll be more about what the situation is with the global economy. But I would come back to the point that property, it should be viewed as a medium to long-term investment, and medium to long-term in history, even if you'd bought at the height of, just before things went wrong, over time you'd still do better. And if you're buying properties that are delivering you a rental yield that's half decent, then as long as people are going to carry on afford to pay their rents, which isn't necessarily a given, then you should have an investment which is fairly secure. And let's be honest, right now, are there any investments which are secure? So I think property is more secure than most. So that is my analysis of that little questionette. I like it when people ask this, it's just very sweet. Joe, hello Joe. The nice picture of Joe, I don't know what your symbol thing is. Let's assume it's a shrew. It's not a shrew, but anyway. How are you feeling? Hi. That's my question. Ups and downs like everybody, It's like really cheat off the whole COVID thing. It's like, oh God, here we go again. Anyway, you have to keep going, don't you? Jason Turner, hello Jason. What are your thoughts on equity release to buy another property if there's no mortgage on the property? Well, it's called leverage, isn't it? If you can take the money that's in your house out of your house safely, afford to pay the mortgage without causing yourself any sleepless nights, and then you use that money to buy something else which will also go up in value or provide a rental income, then there are lots of people who would say that is a very sensible thing to do. It all depends on your own personal circumstances, your attitude to risk, and your own financial situation. So you really need to make this decision in conjunction with a financial advisor and a mortgage broker. But in principle, that's what a lot of people do to finance their purchases on their other properties. Gemstar7, hello Gemstar. Hi Martin, this is a good question. I just wondered, what song would make you want to get up and dance at a party? You know what, I haven't been to has anybody been to a party where I got up and danced for so long? I can't even remember. How bad is that? Oh, that's depressed me. When was the last time I went to a party where I was dancing? Oh my gosh, not forever. Anyway, the last time I was at a party, a guaranteed to make me dance would be Scissor Sisters. Take Your Mama, and I take your mama up all night, or keep your mama up all night, wherever it is. Or Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. Love that one. I'm a Believer. That would definitely do it. Love Shack by the B-52s. Yeah, all good stuff, right? Yeah. Or if all else fails, a bit of Status Quo. Down, down, deeper and down. Chris, good morning. Good morning. Do you think self-build is a good idea? Well, it's something I've never done. I would love to do it though. Self-build can be amazing because if you get a plot of land and you mostly get planning permission on it, immediately the price of the land value goes up. By doing self-build, and that doesn't necessarily mean knocking holes in walls and hammering nails and buying bits of wood and gluing it all together. It can be just monitoring while somebody else does it. It can generate you a property that would cost you a lot more if you were to have bought it from the builder. So I personally would love to do a self-build and will do a self-build before very long. There's lots of options. One thing I would say about self-build, there's a brilliant place called the National Self-Build Centre in Swindon. Check it out, National Self-Build Centre. And it's got a wealth of information. If you're looking at self-build, it's absolutely rock and roll superb. SJM, hello SJM. Morning. How do you cope when the renovation has been done so badly, presumably this is on the Homes and Hammer, that it makes you want to cry? Whenever I see wonky switches, bad grouting and dreadful paintwork on the reveal of Homes and Hammer, I wonder how much worse it must look in real life. Do you ever feel like saying, guys, another great emoji? Yeah. Oh, it's heartbreaking. The point is, if it gets you to realise what a good renovation is and what a bad renovation is, then maybe it's done its job. And if you were to do it, or if a builder was to do it to you, you could probably turn around and say, I don't think that's quite right. So, yeah, it's... well, let's be honest, it makes for good telly. For sure. Mark Wilson. What brand of talc do you prefer, Sticky Martin? Lovely. Well, he's referring back to my time in the jungle when I quite rightly pointed out that in a hot, sweaty jungle, one of the really great things you should have is talcum powder, which is why I had talcum powder as my luxury item. And jolly pleased I was to have it, I have to say. I am pretty old-fashioned. I do like, no, not old, what is it, Cusson's Imperial Leather. I like plain, simple, hypoallergenic Johnson's baby powder. Yep, that's me. When Adam did this whole thing, in fact, I think lots of them grouped together, and they set up this whole wind-up that my talcum powder had been attacked by a lizard that had strolled through the camp. Very funny. Very, very funny. Robert Horn Jr. Hello, Robert. Hi, Martin. Is it possible to purchase one of your signed umbrellas I've seen on a Star boot sale? Well, Robert, yes, you betcha. If you just make a donation to my charity, Martin Roberts Foundation, at martinrobertsfoundation.org, or if you go on to justgiving.com and search out Martin Roberts Foundation, then if you give me some money, let's say 25 quid, because it costs me a lot to post it, right? Then I will send you a signed umbrella. So if you didn't see Star boot sale, it was very funny. It was a year or so ago now, but I think they might have repeated it. And it was great. It was 5 celebrities got together, went to a car boot sale, and we had to take stuff to sell, and it was who could sell the most stuff. And I took classic car boot stuff, including all these umbrellas, because I had this brilliant idea. Okay, let me go into secret. This is one of my biggest disasters ever, business-wise, but it's not really a disaster. It's just many years ago, I was in IKEA and they were selling umbrellas for £1.50, and I thought, wow, umbrellas for £1.50, that's pretty good. Multicoloured, like golf umbrellas. I was like, we can't go wrong there. So I bought 100 of these umbrellas, thinking I will find a rainy day and I will park myself somewhere where people need umbrellas and I'll sell them for like £5 each. Result, investment £1.50 times 100, that's 150 quid. Return, £5 times 100, well, that's a lot of money, right? 5,000 quid. Wow, that can't be right. My number's there. I was going to do this more often. But anyway, so I've still got all these umbrellas. So I took like about 20 of these umbrellas. So in a desperate attempt to get more money for my charity, which is all the money went to charity, I signed some of these umbrellas and was selling them. So so that's what this chappie likes. Oh yeah, but so they had Colin Hurdler. That's it. Yes, Jackson. Colin Jackson, the famous Olympic hurdler. And anyway, so he had like this like watch, like a Gucci watch, or like this really smart watch that had been given to him at the Olympics or something. So he'd let his fans know. So one of those rocked up to the Starbucks Centre. I gave him 800 quid for this watch. Well, he's going to take a lot of bloody umbrellas, or little toys, or trinkets, or crap that you have lying around the house to sell. To get your 800 quid, I tell you. So anyway, so he won, but he cheated. Yes, he did. Never got over it. Anyway, Anyway, so Robert, if you'd like to donate about 25 quid or so, because it's going to cost a lot to post it, right, to my charity, I will send you a signed umbrella. Archie. Hi, Archie. Great fan of yours. Oh, thank you. Do you have a standout moment in your career which you should say is your favourite? Well, right. Well, I think the whole I'm a celebrity thing was pretty cool, because that was a real risk. Yeah, because you don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know how you're going to be. You don't know how you're going to be able to cope. It had its ups and downs, but overall, I think it worked out pretty well. And there was definitely some highlights and best bits in my life in that bit. So probably doing I'm a Celebrity, completely different. The one thing I did once, which I thought life doesn't get much better than this, I was writing for a magazine. I was doing some consumer stuff, and I had to do a consumer test on ice cream. So I had to go around all these ice cream parlours and eat ice cream, and I was paid for doing it. It was like, all right, okay, well, I don't think it's ever going to get any better than this, right? Being paid to eat ice cream. Yeah, right, okay, that's pretty good. Lisa Binns. Hello, Lisa. Morning, Martin. How do you decide who goes to what property? Do you draw straws? No, it's normally based on geography. So Dion lives in the sort of Midlandsy to the north, so he gets a lot of the northern Midlandsy properties. I live down towards Bristol, so I get stuff here and in London, and it's all gone a bit pear-shaped at the moment, obviously with COVID, but that's the way it generally worked. And then Martell is up in Scotland, so she gets a lot of the sort of the Newcastle-y far north properties, and then flies down to London to do stuff there as well. So that's how it's done. Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Hi, Martin. We're moving into our loft as a bedroom. What flooring would you recommend, laminate or carpet? Well, I'm still a fan of carpet in a bedroom, but especially as it's in the loft. What you don't want to do is clatter, make lots of noise. So I think as you're in a loft, for two reasons. One, it's going to be a bit cold up there probably, unless you've done an amazing job of the insulation. So I think carpet will keep it a little bit warmer. Carpets in the bedroom is really nice thing to have. And finally, it does do that soundproofing. So for all those reasons, I would say carpet. Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Morning, Martin. I've read that you play the piano. I just wondered, do you play any other musical instruments? And did you ever think about having a career in music? Well, you know what? I don't play the piano enough. I'm not really good at it, but I do love doing it. So I really, really do not understand why I don't do it more, because I absolutely love it. I do play the guitar a bit, and no, I never thought about a career in music. But actually, if I was to have my life again, you know, I think the idea of being a musician or something, I'm sure it's tough. But when you get up on stage, which I've done a couple of times, the buzz is just amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I think a career in music would have been fab. Richie Evans. Hello, Richie. Hi, Martin. Where would be your favourite place to go to caravan? Have you any trips in the van this season or planned? No, well, no, we decided we'd give caravanning a miss for this year. Just all the restrictions on the campsites just seemed to make it, to take some of the pleasure out of it, so we decided not to do it. We love Dorset. There's a great campsite down there and near Wareham Forest, which is wonderful. We go back to again and again, and went to a lovely sort of rustic camping place in the New Forest last year as well, which was just joyous. No facilities, but really good. So I love caravanning. Look forward to doing that again for sure. Will, hi Will. How's the lockdown been treating you? Is there anything you took for granted before the lockdown that you really miss now? Where do I start? Going out for a drink in the pub with not worrying about it. You know, going to concerts. Going to theatre, going shopping without wearing a mask, travelling around to do Holmes and Hammer and film and work. Yeah, and you know what? I'm no different to anybody else. It's been tough at times, and bits of the time it's all right, as long as it goes away really soon. Hello, Eileen there. Hi. I have a huge problem with our basement. I live in France and honestly don't know where to start. And there's a picture of a lot of damp coming in there. Well, I mean, you know, you've really just got to try and strip that back to whatever you can find that's solid, and then just start building it back up again using cement, which has got a lot of waterproofer in it. Yeah, and then try and find out where that damp is coming in. Possibly coming in through, obviously it's coming in through the walls. Maybe there's a rainwater goods problem, you know, a gutter or something that's leaking. So sort out the problem first, and then take remedial action to sort that. But don't worry, because everything is solvable. Final question it goes to Wendy Clark. Hello, Wendy. If you could be a superhero, which one would you be and why? You know what? I'd quite like to be the little lad in The Invisibles. Isn't The Invisibles? Yes. Who just like, he's got these legs, he goes, and he can go really fast and run around. I think that would be so much fun getting around if you could just run like crazy. Zoom, zoom. There was a cartoon when I was growing up called Billy the Whiz in, I think, the Beano or the Dandy, and I always thought that would be a fun thing to do. If it wasn't that, it would be Iron Man, because I love all the gadgets. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, Billy the Whiz, not Billy the Whiz, the little kid from Invincibles, or Iron Man. So that's it. Those are your questions. Thank you very much. Don't forget, it's Ask Martin Monday on a Monday on my Twitter, which is @TVMartinRoberts. Make sure you like this video. You can also ask questions down below here as well. Make sure you ask your questions on Martin Roberts Property Tidbits, or ideally, you just do it because it's a bit easy for me if you do it on Twitter on a Monday. Make sure you subscribe. Check out the other stuff that's on this channel. There's all sorts of useful things. This is a bit frivolous. But there's lots of other stuff which is very deep and meaningful in the rest of the site, okay? Have a good week.